My credits won't transfer. Is this legal? Did you go to your school enrollment office or admissions office and ask them if your credits would transfer, and they told you after you enrolled that they wouldn't, even though they told you when you were applying and you were interested that your credits would transfer into the program or out of the program? If this happens to you, this is a legal ground to possibly get all your student loans wiped out and discharged. Before I dive into this, it's called the bar defense to repayment discharge claim, and I'm going to tell you more about it. But first, I'm Kat, I'm the founder of LoanSense, and we believe here at LoanSense that student loan and personal finance education should be jargon-free and accessible to everyone so that you can get out of debt and achieve your biggest financial dreams in life. So today we're talking about credit transferability specifically and why this is one of the strongest grounds to get your student loans discharged in the bar defense claim. It stands among lying about job placement rates, as well as the cost of the program. I have two other videos that I'll link below that talk specifically about those two other issues, lying about costs and lying about job placement rates. Before we dive in, I want to mention a quick note that at the end, I'm going to talk about how to apply for an absolutely free 15-minute consult to evaluate if you're a strong candidate, if you're interested, as well as understanding more about if we can help you with the bar defense claim process in its entirety, or even just review the application if you want to do it yourself, because it's absolutely free to do yourself on studentaid.gov, of course. We also have tons of materials around bar defense, including, I will link below, a completely free bar defense masterclass where I'll go over the legal framework, the sections, the application, the 39-page application in its entirety will be linked below. So let's dive in. Did your school tell you credits would transfer either into the school or out of the school? And you enrolled, and in fact, they're telling you now that it didn't, or they told you it didn't. And in order to complete the degree or the certification, you had to retake all those courses over once you transferred. If this happens to you, this is considered substantial misrepresentation under the federal law and is one of the very specific, very strong claims that the Department of Education has recognized as a reason to get your student loans discharged through the bar defense discharge program. So there isn't as many gray areas and technicalities in credit transfer. So the reason the Department of Ed is so gung-ho about credit transferability is because there are many documented cases where schools like Coleman University as well as Westwood had tons of students filing lawsuits alleging that the school lied about the transferability of credits that led them to enroll under false pretenses. For example, if they told you that if you take courses here, it's going to transfer to this licensing or certification program, right? Or they told you if you enroll, you can move the credits from your prior program to this program, and then once you enrolled, it didn't, things like that. Those two specific colleges face multiple legal settlements over the similar kinds of deceptive practices, and they're not isolated incidents. So regulators have a lot of documented cases, especially for the 150 schools that are on the bar defense list. If your school is not on the bar defense list, it does not mean that you don't qualify for discharge. Just comment your school below, and we will tell you if it's on the bar defense list. So there is absolutely no confusion. So if this happened to you, the false claim of credit transferability, you can describe it in as much detail, which school official told you the credits would transfer, how you relied on that information to enroll, ultimately taking out student loan debt, and then the credits couldn't transfer. If you have any documented evidence, such as emails, text messages, even advertisements from the school that made such claim, it's even better, but not all of these pieces of evidence are strictly required. LoanSense has a database of evidence, especially for the bar defense schools, along with there are many other public forms of evidence, including Wayfinder machine, Facebook groups, and various other places to get evidence. You don't necessarily have to rely just on your memory, but whatever paper trail there is always a positive. So when you fill out the application, the bar defense application, there's specifically a section that asked if the school misled you about transferability of credits, either into the school or out of the school. You'd select this option and state in detail what happened to you. You're going to explain it in your own words. And if this And if approved, you can get your entire student loan balance discharged. Again, we have a full masterclass if you want to review the legal framework. The legal framework determines what pages you have to fill out, additional pages you have to fill out. It's really important to know the legal framework. It's based on when you exited the school, or when you consolidated your loans. And a lot of people sometimes forget about loan consolidation, don't know when it happens, and is not filling out the right legal framework. And that's a very simple way to get your application thrown out before it's fully even reviewed. So the legal framework is really important. And that's why at the end, we're going to tell you about the 15-minute free consult to help you understand this portion. Again, we're not lawyers, but we've completed hundreds of bar defense applications. And in fact, if you want to join our wait list to get the full bar defense workbook that is going to be released in the middle of August, where we will walk you through section by section of the bar defense application, along with the AI prompts we have used for hundreds of bar defense borrowers in the process, and we have 4.9 stars on Google for our bar defense work. We will give you the exact AI prompts to help craft your words into a strong statement. Obviously, AI is not 100% accurate, so you still have to check it, but we can give you all the prompts that we have used for hundreds of bar defense applicants to help you draft your application in one sitting. So if you're interested in that, you could sign up for the wait list for the workbook that will be released. And if you're on the wait list, we will give you a significant discount. This workbook will be $27 if you're on the wait list. And if you're not, the price will go up pretty significantly once we launch. So check out the workbook wait list. Another specific thing I want to talk about now is it's very important. I mentioned the rules and the timing and the legal framework. That is very important. So if you're interested in the workbook, please sign up for the wait list. If you don't know if your school's on the bar defense list, comment it below. We will respond. But if you're interested in applying for a free consult, we have very limited spots because we only fill out a few dozen bar defense applications a month, because we only take strong candidates. Here at LoanSense, we believe in free education. You can apply for the free consult. We will educate you and provide information for free. If you want our help with the 39 pages or want us to help review your application, score its strength, help you understand if your evidence is sufficient, you can apply for the free 15-minute consult below. If you're interested and the school lied about job placement rates and or costs, we will also link those videos below, so that will specifically talk about those items. So if your credits didn't transfer the way you were promised, or you know of someone this happened to, please share this video. A lot of people assume that it's just bad luck. They went to school and just had bad luck. They didn't fully review would the credits transfer. They didn't fully understand it, when oftentimes the school may have misled them. It's often not just a misunderstanding. It could be a lie. It's a legal issue, and there's a clear pathway to getting your student loans discharged. If this information was helpful, please subscribe, and we'll see you in this next video if you want to learn about our 15-minute process before you sign up and apply for the free consult. If your school lied about the cost and there's a possibility you qualify for bar defense, whether the school's on the list or not, there's two options to proceed. You can get our bar defense workbook at a discounted price, where you can understand the legal framework, the evidence, and draft your first draft, and then schedule a free call to learn about our review service. Or the second option is to come to the free call and learn about our full service, where we complete the entire 39-page application for you and help you with evidence. Of course, AI can help get a draft, but AI can certainly not verify if what you're saying is true. It cannot check for the alignment of the framework you need to follow for the application, what pages you can leave blank. And of course, AI can't tell your story for you, and it can't tell you if you have a strong application. So that is what you can rely on LoanSense. Click the link below to either get the workbook or schedule the free call to learn about our done-for-you bar defense application and service. I will also link our Google review so you can see our reviews and how people rave about our bar defense service. We take a very limited number of applications each month, so you can sign up, apply to the free consult. Otherwise, you can snag that workbook below.